Your camera setup isn't just affecting how you look, it's affecting how you feel on video and how others are responding to you. Bad lighting, off angles, cluttered background, it's all messing with your confidence before you even hit the virtual stage. So today I'm going to show you how to set up your space so you feel and look like a pro without needing fancy equipment. Let's talk about it. Hey, I'm Ella Glasgow, and I help small business owners and corporate leaders show up powerfully on live video, whether you're hosting a webinar, leading a virtual meeting, or creating video content for your brand. This is the final piece of the confidence puzzle because you can have the best speaking skills, the strongest delivery, the most engaging presence, but if your setup is working against you, you are still going to feel off. And I see this all the time, even with experienced speakers. I was just speaking with someone yesterday who's been doing presentations for years. She's confident in person, but the second she has to record herself on video, total freeze. She told me she keeps tweaking and overanalyzing and trying to fix every little thing in post production because she just doesn't feel comfortable on camera. But it wasn't her that was the problem, it's her setup. And here's the truth: your setup is more than just aesthetics, it directly impacts your energy, your focus, and your confidence. And if your setup is not for success, it can leave you feeling frustrated and overwhelmed before you even open your mouth. So today, I am going to show you how to get your space working for you and not against you. And go ahead and give this video a like if you have ever struggled to get your virtual setup right. So, there are three major things that we are going to get right today. It is going to involve a little bit of tech, but I promise it will be easy. The first up is the camera you're using, but more importantly, how you're using it. If you've been following this Master Camera Confidence video series, you have heard me talking about how your camera placement can make or break your authority on screen. But we haven't talked about the type of camera you're using. Now, I know you may hear some tell you that you need to grab an expensive camera for your important virtual meetings and trainings. But what if I told you that you already have an expensive camera in your back pocket? If you have any kind of a smartphone from 2020 and beyond, you have got the perfect webcam. In fact, I'm talking to you on a Google Pixel 4a phone camera right now, and I'm accessing it using my favorite software, Camo by Reincubate. It's user friendly. It allows me to access most any camera settings in a simple interface that doesn't make my head spin. And it makes me look like I spent more than I did on this for a crisp image. Now, the next step is lighting. We all want to be seen in our best light. And while I'm sure you've heard about ring lights, you might even have one, or perhaps you've tried to use the sunlight coming from your window. What happens when you've got to be on camera at night? This is why I am fully an advocate for controlled lighting. Without spending too much money, controlled lighting allows me to transform my extra small bedroom space from this to this. Now, I do have a few things working for me in this space, and at least one of which I know you already have. The first is the light from my computer screen, and I have two in front of me. Yes, that is a controlled light source that you can turn up or down in brightness. Obviously, it is not enough to give me all the light I need, but I'm definitely not going to discount it. Next, I have not one, but two light sources, both set at different levels in height, brightness, and the color to give me the look I want and that works best for my brand. Okay, we are going to put all of these things that we've been talking about into somebody else's space. I want you to check out this before and after of a sales professional who I helped fix his virtual set using only what he already had in his office. This is Nick. Yes, I know he looks very, very sad. But in the same day that I spoke with him, we took him from that to this. I know, right? Now, in his space, he has lots of things working for him. But before we fixed his space to make him look like a pro, he had bad lighting. He had a hazy camera. He had an uninspiring background. I mean, he does have that bookshelf back there, and it's cool, but everything looks kind of flat. We took him from that to this. We did not go anywhere. We did this in less than an hour. All he did was first, with his camera, he wiped off his lens. It was hazy because it had fingerprints all over it. And the camera that he's using, it's his laptop camera. I know. It's his laptop camera. And all he did to make it look better was wipe off the front of his camera. Now, the next important piece in making his laptop camera look spectacular is the lighting. We first turned off his overhead light. You remember that little shine that was shining at the top of his head? We turned off that overhead light and used a lamp in front of him to now give him not just the laptop that he had in front of him for light, but also a lamp that's making him look like $1,000,000. And to make that space behind him not be so flat, we just put a lamp on the floor, a lamp that was on his desk. Yep, just put it on the floor behind him. And now it separates him from his background. And to balance out his space, I don't know if you noticed, he had nothing in that corner over there. Now he's got a stand behind him, which is his camera stand, because he's also into video and podcasting. And he also has his pod mic and his headset. So now he's got a balanced space, and he's got a frame that looks amazing and looks like $1,000,000. And I know that he's told me that he also has seen that his sales have gone up because now he looks like a pro on camera using everything that he had in his office. All right, let's get to the final piece that everyone is hiding: the background. Yeah, I want you to go ahead and comment background if you've been using blur background to hide the mess behind you on camera. I know Zoom has made you think that turning on blur background is making you look more professional, but I am here to tell you it is giving rookie. I know we do not all have a curated library space like Nick does. Heck, I told you when I showed you, I am in a small bedroom with stuff all over the floor. But you can't let something like that stop you. There are all sorts of ways that you can curate your background, including what I'm doing right now using a simple 5x6 foldable backdrop. In fact, I bet you thought I've been using green screen in all my videos in this series. No. Now you can see that I've not only curated my space, but I've also curated my virtual stage by zooming in my frame using that camo software to direct your attention to what I want you to see, not the mess behind me with no fuss. So now you've got all of the keys to fixing and transforming your on camera presence. And I promise, once you make these small changes, you will feel a huge difference in your confidence every time you hit the virtual stage, and so will your audience. But if you're serious about showing up like a pro on video, whether it's for your virtual meetings, your webinars, or live streams, you need to get your setup right once and for all. And that is exactly why I created the Rockstar Video Setup Masterclass. This is a step-by-step breakdown of how to create a high-quality video setup that makes you look polished, professional, and totally in control without spending a fortune on fancy gear and tech. Inside, I'm going to walk you through the exact lighting and setup that makes you look amazing on camera. You're going to get the best budget-friendly tools that actually work, and my simple framework to make your space look pro using what you already have without tech overwhelm. So go ahead and click the link in the description to get instant access to the masterclass, and let's get you camera ready the easy way. I'll see you inside.